Jacob Zuma, will he get soft landing or not? Well, we have senior researcher Cyril Abaku right here in the studio to answer some of these, pressing questions. Good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning,
ladies. TVC Breakfast. Okay, so at the last meeting between Zuma and the leadership of the ANC on Sunday, he practically called their bluff and said, look, I have done nothing wrong to South Africans. So you guys can go ahead and decide whatever you want to do about me stepping down or not.
Well, I think if you look at the Southern African political complex, there is this feeling of whenever there is any problem, they easily say foreigners are trying to, because of course they came from apartheid in South Africa. Even old Robert Mugabe would say it is neocolonialism and so on. So it's the common song. But I think that realities at home, quite frankly speaking, point to very stark realities. The fact that, I mean, from the Nkandla home upgrades, which in Nigeria we would say was a loot or was stealing, but they try to call it something very beautiful. Home upgrades using taxpayers' money. I don't know what that is.
Which they say is totally against the constitution.
And which, quite frankly speaking, is theft. Okay.
Well, was that later on to refund some of the money anyway?
Well, I mean, he granted them that he wasn't going to refund it, prompting the Constitutional Court, which is the own Supreme Court, coming out to say that, look, Parliament must be firmer with the President and must come up with measures to take him out of office because he had breached the Constitution. Misconduct, breach of office, or incapacity. These are grounds on which a leader could leave office. But I think that Zuma has been given enough room to fiddle, while even his own power base shrunk and shrunk, up to the point where Ramaphosa has taken over the leadership of the party, and he has very firm backing. The lawmakers are behind him, party leaders are behind him, provincial leaders are also behind him. So, I mean, it was the same treatment he gave to Thabo Mbeki in, I think, in 2009, when 8 months before the end of his tenure, they told him, you have to resign. No, since we have the numbers in Parliament, if we raise a vote of no confidence, simple majority can take out of that.
Now let's look at the lawmakers, really, and the parliamentarians. The ANC members did a good job so far politically now,
of keeping
protecting him. Many times than one. Whenever a vote of no confidence came up, EFF tried, DA tried, but even pulling their numbers together wasn't enough to, topple numbers together wasn't enough to, topple the figure of that of the members of the ANC. But now another one has been set. For 22nd, you are looking at, I don't want to say hopeful, you are looking at a possibility that this time around, this perceived cat might not survive this punch.
He may not, because, I mean, what we are seeing going on now is attempt by the ANC still to make sure that, look, I mean, they have a history. Jacob Zuma, for all you care, is a comrade in the apartheid struggle. Okay, so they feel that, look, it will not be nice for us to have one of our own, whatever the circumstances are, disgrace out of office. Like they did in Zimbabwe too. They gave Mugabe a dignified exit. And that was why a military intervention in broad daylight fell one step short of being called a coup.
A coup, absolutely.
But in the ANC now, the feeling is, look, we have done, during the last confidence vote last year, quite a good number of ANC members had to break ranks because it was blinding.
The veterans were against
it. They said, look, there's nothing we can do anymore. They broke ranks, but I mean, still a good number of them felt he is still one of our own. And in any case,
if Jacob Zuma's staying power, the fact that the ANC, of course, factionalized, some for Zuma, some against him. Is that why Zuma continues to survive all of these attempts to take him out of office?
I would say yes. But you see, the party leadership has moved from him. There's a new party leader, Cyril Ramaphosa. That's instructive, one. And Ramaphosa has led the team to meet Zuma and said,
his
look,
deputy.
Yes, his deputy, and said, you can't continue in office. Zuma does not have the fulcrum anymore to fall back on. He, like I said, he has been fiddling while his power base has shrunk. And so he does not have anybody to fall back to now. I mean, from what we had, even the king, King Goodwill, told him, look, why don't you take this dignified door? Perhaps I think one of the reports I saw was saying that, look, that they are trying to fine-tune terms and conditions. Perhaps they may say, okay, leave office, we won't prosecute you, we'll help you.
Maybe the reason why they stayed
and so on and so forth. So perhaps let these terms be worked out. But I can assure you that if Zuma decided to fight on, and they went to February the 22nd, it will be a very disastrous.
Okay, apart from the Nkandla Homestead scandal, you know, that bugged his administration, there was this controversial sacking of the finance minister at that time, and then his alliance, affiliation with the Gupta family, who many especially black South Africans saw that were more influential, really, even than the president, that whoever they gave a promise of appointment to would ultimately be appointed by President Jacob Zuma. So looking at that, really, and then you could liken it to what transpired in South Korea as well under Park Geun-hye. Some figures surrounding the president wielding more influence even than the person occupying the position.
So you see, in a political economy, even if we were to excuse the Gupta family for once, assuming without conceding that we were to exclude them, the manner in which political power, political authority handles the economy has direct consequences with foreign direct investments, investors' confidence, how much the rand, you know, is able to rise and fall within a day, and you know, and so forth. So his handling of the economy has been very bad. In fact, the economy had to slide into a recession. It was unprecedented. People, I mean, a good while before that time, people would have said that wouldn't happen, really. But Zuma had run the economy in such a way that it continued to slip. Now,
is that the final straw that broke the camel's back?
No, it was not.
Would he have been forgiven over the Nkandla issue, the Gupta issue, and all the rest of them if the economy somehow had stayed, you know, strong, if not even better than the way he met it?
Yeah, well, perhaps, but I think again the ANC faces a lot of PR. You know that at the time, midway into this tenure,
yes,
I think there was elections in Gauteng where the ANC lost to the DA. It was not supposed to happen. I mean, the
local elections,
yes,
actually show that the ANC have been weakened.
Municipal elections, what we're liking here to local government elections, the ANC was losing its base. And when you begin to lose your base among your rank and file at the grassroots, something is fundamentally wrong. So his politics was also bad.
It's even under his administration that EFF became a popular party.
Became very popular.
Julius Malema's party.
And came to have a stake in parliament.
Members of ANC.
So I think that it's holistic. But it has to begin from somewhere. He has failed on passable or on grounds that one could look at and say, okay, a leader could have these shortcomings. But he has also failed on areas that one wouldn't have expected him to. I mean, why do you mortgage an economy to a family? That was, you know, the apartheid struggle was at the heart of such confrontations. That foreigners, quote and unquote, people who, I mean, non-blacks, I hope I don't sound racist, but I mean, shouldn't come here and come and possess and own and dominate and so on. And so, if the apartheid challenges were on the one hand, you now go and bring another set of, you know, this same thing. I mean, another. I'm trying to be careful with my language. with another non-indigenous power block, you know, economic power block, and bring them in and incorporate. So, and people are asking, okay, so if we are protecting the ANC heritage, what is Zuma? How does Zuma? What is Zuma's own place in?
And ANC members are really particular about the struggle, the apartheid struggle.
No, of course they are.
That forms their decision most of the time.
It is on the strength of that same feeling that they've said, whatever the case is, you know, like they say, he is one of us. So let's do it. Even now, the fact that they've not gone to parliament to say, Zuma, if you're not going to go, we are going to impeach you. The fact that they've gone to him and that they are holding discussions with him and saying, look, take this dignified door, is enough. And I think...
Is it even likely to take that dignified door? Talking about the Nelson Mandela Foundation, for example, they've said, look, he's not even fit to govern anymore. He has failed on every front. So what ground is he standing on now?
Now, I think that question should be taken to the ANC, and for very advice reasons. Number one is the fact that Zuma always had these challenges. You remember there was a time when we were running our international arm of TVC, and Zuma made some comments on that were very uncharitable. And we had our reporter in Johannesburg who said Zuma does not understand English language very well. And so people prefer him speaking in Zulu than speaking in English. This is the man. but he's president.
The reason he would sing and dance first off before even speaking at
and again, you realize the challenges he had before he became president about his personal, you know, like
issues with women, the wives, and what have you.
So this is the president, okay? Now, how did the ANC feel that in the spirit of camaraderie and in the spirit of the struggle and in the spirit of maintaining what, you know, the legacy and the heritage, that in spite of Zuma should be president? I think they need to look into that, because I mean it's beyond personalities. What they are struggling to protect and to maintain is beyond persons and beyond personalities.
So will the ANC come out of all of this unscathed? In this particular meeting that was slated for today, to decide whether Zuma, not even to decide whether he would leave or not, to actually say, look, Zuma, you have to leave, otherwise we'll take other options, you know, laid out before you, impeachment, of course, and all the rest of them.
Now, I think if yesterday's meeting between Zuma and Ramaphosa had gone so well, I do not think that this meeting perhaps would have been convened. Okay. Because, you know, they were supposed to have the State of the Nation address tomorrow. Yeah. Which had to be postponed.
Yes.
Zuma had to save his face by writing to Parliament to say, please postpone it. But, of course, they had already decided they were going to postpone it because he has lost power, okay? Yeah. And they are saying, this State of the Nation address, we've put it off. He is like an islander standing on his own. And so I think the earlier he takes this door, the better. Because if he doesn't take it, the ANC has successfully distanciated itself from him to make it clear that, look, we're no longer with him. And so what they're doing now is that their party is realigning with the people. Their party is realigning under Ramaphosa leadership, realigning with critical stakeholders.
Maybe because EFF is gaining more ground.
Well, of course,
now,
the EFF and the DA. And so you see, so they are saying, look, separating the bad leader from the good party.
Before 2019.
Before 2019. And to make sure that, you see, the gains that, whatever gains that they have left to salvage can be salvaged and built upon. All right. So that's really, for me, I think, the picture of things at the moment.
Cyril Abakwu, thank you very much for your analysis. You're a senior researcher here at TVC. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Thank you, as always.
Yes.